Raise your hand if this is you and you're struggling with concealer creasing. I'm a celebrity makeup artist. I'm going to show you exactly what is causing this and all of the things that you can do to fix it. Issue number one is using too much or too rich of an eye cream. I would recommend just a rice size amount that you split in half and pat underneath your eyes right along the orbital bone. Don't bring it all the way up and don't use too much. That's going to make your concealer crease. Issue number two is putting foundation under your eyes. You actually want to start your foundation right beneath your orbital bone on your eye because there's a lot of heavy silicones and things like that in foundation, which can make your concealer slide on top of it. Plus, it just makes too thick of a layer underneath your eye. Issue number three is not using a brush. Brushes help work the product into the skin so that it's not sitting on top and moving around. If you use your fingers or if you're using a sponge to pat on your concealer, that can sometimes leave it too on the surface. So very lightly working the product into your skin will help it crease less. Next issue is where you are placing and how much you are using of your concealer. I'm using the Kosas Revealer Concealer, and you really want to focus your concealer on the actual darkness. So don't make this big patch. I know a lot of young folks do that. A lot of influencers do that. But when you are older, especially because we have fine lines, we have to target the darkness with the majority of the product. And then under the rest of the eye, we want the thinnest layer possible. So use less product to begin with. If you need to add more, go back and add a teeny bit more. But again, we want to limit the amount of product we're using in the first place. And I guarantee you, most folks are just using too much product. Something that really helps with this is doing what I just did, which is picking up the concealer off of the wand rather than swiping on a big patch of it and trying to blend it out. I really find that this technique tends to work better. And everyone's going to ask about this brush. This is the Delium Tools 785 brush. I have a link in my profile that has all of my favorites in it, so you can go get that if you like it. Now, if you follow all of those steps, you may not even need to set your concealer. So I recommend trying it without setting it. In my case, don't actually get a lot of creasing, so I can get away with that. But if you need to set with powder, use a very lightweight powder. Use a minimal amount and use a firm brush to pick up a teeny bit and actually press that powder into your concealer. Don't just wisp it across with a big fluffy brush. Press it in, and that is going to really help with the creasing. I hope these tips help y'all. Let me know if you have questions below and follow me for more pro makeup advice.